No, I did not lose my voice. This was just fun. Hey guys, it's good to have you here. Although my voice is a little worn out today. I've been singing all day. And what killed it is a cover that I got hired to perform on. Of all things. um, so I had a bunch of clients roll in over the last couple of days, which is great news, by the way, because I need the money, um, on Fiverr. And I've had to record a couple of covers. I'll show you the bits and pieces of that. It's really simple, but I'll show you what I've been doing. I've been using it as an opportunity to dig in on Logic. Um, so I've had to do, and it's not done yet, but I'm working through a cover of Louis Capaldi's "Someone You Loved," and I'm just cutting it to the actual piano track for the song, but they're going to use my vocal track on a funk house remix of Louis Capaldi's "Someone You Loved." We'll talk about that in a second, Joe. And I'm also, I just got hired to do a cover of the Bloodhound Gang's "The Bad Touch," which is hilarious. And I got asked to do a cover, like a bluegrass cover. And all of these are really different genres, too. It's cool. So "The Bad Touch" is being redone as like a house club song, too. Like it's being redone in a cool modern pop way. And then I'm doing like a bluegrass back porch like banjo-y kind of redo of a song by the band Cake for a friend as well. And I might actually work on that one live tonight, but I'm not sure I can because it would require me to listen to the real song to like learn the melody. So I might not be able to do that without catching copyright strikes, but we'll see. I can play you the covers that I'm working on because it's not the original recordings. Um, so this is moderately hilarious to me. I'll show you. So this is the Logic window of the Bad Touch thing, and it's and actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the Twitch chat up on my phone so I can stay in touch while I'm full screening. Give me a second. There we go. At least that should work. I think. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Anyway, all I've done so far is the first like 30 seconds of the song because I have to do like an audition kind of thing. And the guy goes, "Can you sing that low? Can you sound like that guy?" And I was like, "I think so." And he was like, "All right, we'll do a little bit for us." And so I did. And he wants it like, and I sent it to him really unmixed because I wasn't putting any time into it. So there's no effects or processing, and it's actually kind of terrible, but it is funny. So I thought you guys would enjoy listening to it. Let me make sure that you're going to hear it. You are okay. So this is the terrible, terrible remix of the Bad Touch.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Get horny now.
Sweat, baby, sex is a Texas drought. Me and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my pants, and I bet you'll feel nuts. Yes, I'm Siskel, yes, I'm Ebert, and you're getting 2 thumbs up. You've had enough of 2 hands touch. You want it rough, you're out of
And that's as far as I've recorded for them so far because I didn't want to give them more than that because then they might like take the sample that I created and run with it and not pay me anymore. because I did this for a pretty low fee, and then I'm gonna charge him like 200 and change, 275, something like that, to actually do it. But the whole idea was, can you do that like sweat, baby, sweat? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. What did you find, Joe? Hey, Kendra. Hey, Cody. Joe, what did you find? I missed the context for that. But the rest of the family is in the living room eating delicious chicken, by which I assume you mean potato and you. I mean, I guess let's find out if there's anyone in the chat who didn't already get this information from the fundraiser concert. Is there anybody in the chat who doesn't know that that we're suddenly expecting a baby? Ah, the hide chat button. Good. Because Mel keeps talking about it in public, so I'm guessing we're not keeping it a secret anymore, even though we haven't done like we're not Facebook official yet. It's so funny. Why can't I get
You and me, baby, ain't wet, baby, sweat. Baby, sex is a Texas drought. Me and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my pants, and I bet you'll feel nuts. Yes,
I think that actually sounds kind of a lot like the guy. I think that's pretty friggin' close. There you go. Cody wasn't there. Yeah. The FTC claim? Missed that too. Yeah, there's gonna be a baby. I'm freaking out, but in a good way. I'm gonna try to do a good job. I'm gonna try to make sure that the kid likes me and grows up feeling like safe and stuff. That's pretty much my plan. I haven't made it any further than that. Actually, I did have one conversation with myself where the conversation I wanted is I want to be the kind of dad where if my child grows up to be gay or lesbian or trans or anything like that at all, that they won't ever come out to me because they won't think they need to. They'll just bring whoever they like home to meet me and just assume that it will be a non-issue for me and we won't even have to address it or talk about it. That's what I want. Oh, the FTC breakup of Facebook. Yes, I'm all about that too. But that's my big goal right now. I think is just to make sure that like if I have a kid who feels the need to like make a thing of coming out to me, I'm gonna feel like I maybe messed up a little bit. But I'm gonna try. I've had good and bad parents in my life, and so I think I've got a leg up on what will and won't work. Wait, so it's Monday Method. That usually means I've got to do a song. I've decided I'm going to start. Ooh, you are not in tune at all. Let me just do this the old-fashioned way. No, I'm not going to have time. Let's play something on the piano instead. Let's do some music. We'll do a little live thing, and then we'll do some recording. But yeah, thank you, Cody. That's really sweet. I'm gonna try really hard to not. I don't want my kid to feel the way that I know you felt, or that I have felt, or that a bunch of my friends have felt about their parents. You know, I wanna feel like Mel feels about her parents. That's what I want. Joe, Bright's Ears did the same thing. See, that's good. That doesn't sound too bad. That it's just like it just became a known quantity. I guess I'm sort of kind of out to everybody at this point as bi. I think people are just like unfazed by it, which is what I wanted them to be. I should probably put these on so I don't get a headache. You guys like my blue light blockers? I'm working on this thing. So let me see where that would be. I don't want that. I want my kid to feel really comfortable with it. What's it been? I'm writing this thing on guitar. I'm working on a new song. That's all it's gonna be. Based on another song, but so I have this idea. I'm famous for my bad decisions, lost every good thing that I had, and it's a shock that I'm not rotting in prison. I gave myself over to the fall, 'cause I was sure that I would be risen. But I keep making all these bad decisions. So that's like this hook that I have. This idea. I'm working it with Brian from The Great Enough right now. Well, I'm working on a demo to send to him, and he and I are gonna try to get into it. It's gonna be a guitar song, but I love that. Something like that. We've had a lot of interesting conversations about our impending craziness. Okay. Do you guys have any thoughts about what you might want to hear me do as our opening song tonight? Give me a genre or a band. Hey, what's up, Kate Nix? I'm learning Logic today. I mean, I've been doing that for a couple of weeks already. But I'm actually like working in Logic right now. Pop for hipsters, yep. So far, I think Logic is cleaner and neater and simpler and lighter than Pro Tools, and that's all. That's all good. That's all bonuses. That's all things I've put in his favor. There's a huge learning curve for a guy who has muscle memory for Pro Tools, so I'm really slow in Logic. Like I'm still just learning even basic stuff like how to switch from window to window like this. I forget because it's the plus and minus in Pro Tools and it's 1 and 2 in Logic. Or like Command M doesn't mute the selected region. Bouncing specific regions is a little different in Logic. Changing from mono to stereo is different in Logic. So all of that stuff is requiring me to unlearn. Doc, I don't have the space or the money for a second screen, but I'm all about it. I'd love it. If we can figure out a way to mount it in here without, fucking up everything else I've got going on. I'd love one. It would be great. I just don't see where it lives in my current space. Like maybe off to the side, if I could find a way to mount it neatly and simply. I would be all about having a second monitor. That would make me very, 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 very happy. It's one of the things that I'll do if I end up with any extra cash at any point, is try to figure that out. But, yeah. And I even actually I have an older iMac, and my understanding is that I can just ignore the fact that it's a computer and set it up as a second monitor. So right above my current monitor is where my light and camera are for now, and that would require some rethinking about where to put those things if they weren't. Yeah, I have an old iPad and I can't use that as a second monitor either. I'm really excited for your holiday special, Kate. I love that we're both doing holiday specials that week. I'm totally gonna do some bullshit on Tuesday afternoon. Like I'm gonna come in and draw or something just so I have an excuse to raid that. I'm coming to your holiday show on Tuesday, and then I'm doing a Christmas Eve show called The Midwinter Mask, in which I'm gonna be playing my favorite holiday songs. And it's gonna be fun. Hopefully we don't have too many in common. It should be fun either way though. I really do like a lot of these sort of weird off the beaten path Christmas songs more than the classics. So, Doc, we could talk about that too. If you want to come over one of these days and help me figure out how to expand this, I'm all about trying to make this and the show better. Because if I can do that, I can attract more viewership, and if I attract more viewership, I make more money, and if I make more money, I get to be a stay-at-home potato dad and keep freelancing, whereas if I have to go get a job, then it complicates things. That's great. I love that. I'm actually going to be doing some holiday songs at mine. I always wanted to do that, and then, of course, I have an original Christmas song by The Great Enough that I'll be trying to work out a acoustic version of as well. So, thank you, Joe. I love that, hearing that. Here you go. So, Kate, this is what I just played for them in Logic. I did this today for a client on Fiverr. It's crazy saying that. It's crazy saying it.
You and me, baby,
Recognize this song?
nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Get horny now.
So they asked me if I could do this guy's voice, and when the verse comes in, you'll have to tell me how I did. But I think I did okay. I think I got it.
Sweat, baby, sex is a Texas drought, me and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my pants and I bet you'll feel nuts. Yes, I'm Siskel, yes, I'm Ebert, and you're getting 2 thumbs up.
It's such a terrible song. It's so bad. I actually prefer their other dirty song, Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo, personally. But this one's funny. So yeah, I've been working on that. And then the other thing this one's been really tough is I got tasked with recreating the vocal track for Lewis Capaldi's Someone You Loved, which is horrifyingly difficult to sing. And I'm giving it some version of the old college try. So I haven't yet gotten anything I'm happy with on this one. But here, I'll let you guys hear it. And I created this all, but they're gonna recreate it as a funk track eventually.
I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me. This all and nothing really got away, you're driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain.
So that's a thing I started work on today, but my voice wasn't strong enough to handle the high bits of it. It's really easy to do the I'm going under and this time I feel that no one to save me. But I was over on TikTok Live trying to get to the big, the high notes in, where is it? It's I mean, I have it, it's in here somewhere.
I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your.
So that part is brutal, and my voice wasn't taking it super well. Although, I mean, that actually sounded good, I thought.
I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes
Like, I think that sounds pretty good, actually. But I couldn't. It's all one breath. That whole bridge is one breath. So Capaldi is a really comfortable tenor. So these notes sound like they're hard for him, but they're not. It's the equivalent of me going, and I want to close my eyes. Like, it's that comfort range for me. And he's just going, but that's high. Where are you? Are you in A? So it's a really strident, chesty A with vocal fry, which my voice wasn't tolerating doing excessively today. So that's the note in Never Run Away. Is it a D flat? No, it can't be. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not in C. The song's in D flat. So there you go. So it's a B flat. That's what it is. The note's a B flat. Yeah. Got there, Joe. Joe gets there faster than me. I have really good relative pitch and a strong ear. He has perfect pitch, which allows him to enter cheat mode in discussions like this at all times. So it's actually a half step above the money note. This is the note I'm hitting in Never Run Away in the choruses. I gotta have you. So it's which is like, that basically tops me out in chest voice. Yeah, that probably tops me out in chest voice. You know what it is? I do the song in C myself. When I perform it, I go, now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. And I like it better in that key for my voice. That would be a comfortable place for me to sing it. The half step up makes it harder, but interesting. So here's a production technique, guys. That's a Motown trick that a lot of the big Motown producers, Berry Gordy and Quincy Jones and guys like that, would play on groups like the Temptations and singers like Jimmy and David Ruffin and Benny King. Is they would work out an arrangement with them in the room and find the key that the singers liked and felt comfortable with. And then when they would actually come in on the day to do the vocal session, the producer would have told the band to go up a half step and not told the singer. And then so the singer would have to sing it a half step higher than they were comfortable with, which is how you got, I know you want to leave me. It's how you got them to do that strident, shouty, upper register stuff, because they had prepped in a comfort key. And then it had been jumped on them in surprise. So that's like a production technique that's kind of interesting and probably worth talking about here on the Monday Method, where we talk about production stuff. But you'll see, I'll play the bad version. I'll play the rough thing that I did where I mess up and it's not clean and I don't hold the note long enough, and I'll expose myself in a musical way, exclusively in a musical way. But I'll show you what I was talking about, where I couldn't quite get it today because I'm just, there's not the stamina. I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your sound till I come back around. So on I didn't hold it long enough. Lewis holds it a little longer than that, and then safe and sound, like a quarter tone flat. So I didn't nail it, and I'll have to do it again. So that's what I'm working on tomorrow, in the pursuit of whatever I'm in pursuit of. And then I've also been working on this, which you guys know. Hi. Are you coming out? Are you just walking in? Hi.
I'm going to sleep now.
No, good night.
Didn't
Just
mean
a second.
to.
I'm back. No, it won't get hit by copyright, Kate. And I thought it was weird too, but they're paying, so don't much care. It's cheaper to pay me and the cover right than it would be to license Lewis's actual track by a lot. So they still have to do the same thing as they have to do they have to pay the fee as if they were covering a song, as opposed to the fee as if they were licensing or sampling a song. To license or sample is more expensive unless you want to only sample a short piece of it. Like if they had just wanted to sample a 20-second slot of it or something like that, that would have been cheaper, but they want the whole song. And so for me, they can do that for a few $100 plus a few bucks a year to Harry Fox's agency. Whereas if they wanted to license Capaldi's actual vocal take and release it as a remix of Lewis Capaldi, he would get all of it. He would get everything, and also they'd probably have to license him for several $1,000s. That's why if you go on Amazon or Spotify or whatever, you can always find sound-alike artists. You can always find them, and they don't necessarily want me to try to sound exactly like him. They just want me to sing the same exact arrangement of the song and as close as possible to they're not asking for a vocal impersonator, but they are asking me to sing a really faithful replication of the song, and then the piano track and all that stuff isn't going to be in what they do at all. They're going to get rid of all the music and do like an EDM funk house thing, I think. I haven't actually listened to what I have here, but I'm working on Isaac and the Lamplighters a little bit in Logic, and it's very slow going because I'm terrible. So right now there's just a single vocal take, a single guitar take, and a kick drum going, I think. Yeah, let me see. Oh, I'm sorry, there's only a guitar track in here. But I'm actually going to recreate all of this because I've decided that I'm playing it too slow. So that might be what we worked on today. Yeah, the idea is to make it sound like a heartbeat. But I think that it needs to be up around maybe 86 or 88 BPM, or maybe even close to 90. I actually did a lot of, so the one thing I did actually do is if you go and look at my kick drum track, here I'll show you. So I'm using Battery to create the kick sample, and so it's going to take a minute to load that up. But, I closed it again by mistake. So this is my kick drum, and I've got, down here, you can see where, I don't know if you can see where the mouse is, but there's a filter on the kick drum that I've got it cut down to about to 2600 hertz or 32.6. So I've got it cut here at like 35 and 34, 36 hertz, somewhere in that area. Because otherwise it would be. But I cut all the high end out of it to just give me that. And that's going to be in the whole song anyway, other than the third verse that's going to be in the song. And that's actually the point, is to be a heartbeat. I think I might, if you guys will permit me, I think we're going to grab Oliver real quick, and we're going to start trying to cut this guitar track, though. And you guys can help me make a couple of decisions. EQ is the most important effect. It's the most important plugin of all of them. You can you know, if you have a good EQ, a good compressor, and a good reverb, you have a song. You have everything you need to do it. Like I could work without any other effect forever if I had those 3 effects and they were really tweakable. Like I use more than that, obviously, because they're there and they're tools. But the EQ is the most important one, and then I would say compression, and then I would say reverb. Just because you can't mimic EQ and compression as easily as you can mimic you can mimic a reverb by going somewhere that has an echo in the room and recording it there, or moving the mic further away, or there's tricks you can do. So the other thing I'm doing, by the way, is I'm cutting this entire song on only my SM7B, only this microphone. I'm going to do the entire song that way. Is the idea. So you know, Godspeed and all that stuff. All right, let me see. Now, I don't want to count off. I do want the click in my ears. I think you guys are going to hear all this, ideally. So you should be hearing this vocal mic already. Yes, you are. Okay. So you can hear me via the SM7 right now, and the Yeti is off. And we're going to try a couple of takes of this guitar. I'm trying different ways of doing it. Where's my... I'm trying different ways of playing it still, so maybe we might have to do it a few different times in a few different ways. But I think it's going to be something like... That's the vibe I'm kind of going for, I think. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it with a pick or not. I'm going to try it with my fingers first because I want a really rustic sound. I want a really simplistic Elliott Smith, Bon Iver kind of sound. And I like playing with my fingers, so we're going to try it that way, and we're going to see what happens. Might be a hair faster than I think I can get away with. So we're just going to take it down 2 BPM. It sounds like a bunch of things. So depending on how... So it does sound like Hackensack, because Hackensack is... or it sounds a little bit like... sounds a little bit like I Will Follow You Into the Dark, and hopefully I'll be able to bury all that when I add more instrumentation in, and it'll just sound like a guitar kind of off in space. But you know, it is a really simple chord progression, and I'm not going to pretend it isn't. And it occurs to me that I should probably yank the lyrics up. So that I have those handy. Joe, you didn't speak too soon. I'm not using a pick. I like a nice loud metronome. Always have. Yeah, I'd originally called this A Song for Isaac, but I'm officially calling the song Isaac and the Lamplighters. That's what the official release is going to be called. Those are the tracks I intend to use. Okay. So for anyone who's a nerd, the SM7 is at about the place where the neck joins the body of the guitar. It's gonna be loud on your end. It's loud on my end too, dude. I can hear the hell out of it too. Welcome to recording class. I can't make it quieter for you without making it quieter for me. You're hearing exactly what I'm hearing. That's what's in my headphones. I mean, the only thing I could do is make it quieter for myself in order to please your ears. And like, let's be honest, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, I'm just updating the chat for myself. Oh, excuse me. Okay, good. The chat is live again. I have the chat over on my phone. All right. So yeah. And it's a Neve 1073 preamp. And yeah, I like it loud. I like all this pretty loud for me. I want to play it on time, and I have to hear the metronome over the guitar to do that. Now you guys can start hearing. Excuse me. Now you guys can listen to less metronome moving forward, because now that the guitar track is in, and there's going to be more guitar tracks. I typically do the same. I double every rhythm guitar track. Did my chat go dead, or are you just guys being quiet watching me right now? I can't. Am I really, really, really boring? Is this awful? What are you listening with a subwoofer for, you psychopath? All right, but I always do one guitar track and one vocal track before I do anything else. So this is just getting in the scratch tracks. Hey, Danny! Redeem asked, do you recommend the offbeat on a click mandatorily? No. I only use an offbeat on my click track when the tempo of the song is slow. If the tempo of the song is over 100 BPM, I will take the... it's not an offbeat, by the way, but I know what you're referring to. It's the eighth note. So the quarter note of the song is... And I have my metronome going. So it's playing the eighth note. It's not actually an offbeat or an upbeat or anything like that, but the reason I add the eighth note subdivision in is because it's under 100 BPM. It keeps me more precise. If I was only working on quarter notes, there was a chance I would rush some stuff. And some guys won't do that. Like I know John Hoff doesn't need to do that, but he has a better internal tempo than I do. I'm pretty good, but it's not my strongest suit as a musician. I have to focus on staying on. For me, it's a thing I have to work on. Let me just. I'm gonna EQ this guitar track a little bit. I will say, by the way, the built-in plugins on Logic are fantastic. So I'll listen to that just to start with, and it's usually pretty good. Let me turn my metronome off. Oh, I also have the kick drum really loud. Oops. Yeah, so actually the built-in... I guess I don't need that on right now. The built-in Logic EQ is actually better than any of the stuff that comes with Pro Tools. And it's better than everything I own except my Native Instruments, and it's better than a couple of this. It's very, very good. It's very good. It's very precise. And I'm actually going to use it for a slight gain as well. I want it to be a little louder. So that is a nice, clean guitar track. Yeah, the preset comes in at a really great starting point. I'm actually I want to drop the low a little differently. So this is me when I do this. I'm sweeping, looking for the place in this, looking for the part of the guitar that I like the sound of best, frequency wise, and then I'll come down to a more reasonable boost. And that's where I like it. So you get this. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. We're going to take a crack at a rough vocal. Don't expect it to be anything special, but we're going to take a crack at it anyway. Would help if I knew where I was in the song. Man, that's really loud right now. So this whole session is pretty quiet, which I like.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands, lifted high against the storm. You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, sending songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you. Isaac, I believe that when the doctor broke the news, we felt that life is full of choices, but you never got to choose. Nothing there to fight, and there is no one to accuse. We're holding on to knowing your love shall never lose. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, sending songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you. Isaac, if you're listening, you're welcome for the name. You were only here a moment, but you were a hurricane. You came and went in moments, but I'll never be the same. Your mother's heart is broken, but she's so glad that you came. Oh, your mother's heart is broken, but she's so glad that you came. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows. Yeah, we'll make sure that heaven knows. Oh, we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you.
That's going to be the rough framework of the song, which I like. Hey, treasure hunt. Nice. Let's pick a year I like. There we go. That's going to be like kind of the framework. That's going to be the root of what I build on. And I'm going to listen back to this vocal, but I'm not sure I like it very much. So and regardless, I always do 3 vocals and a comp before I even consider keeping one. But listening back to this will help me start theorizing how I'm going to do the vocal stack, because there's going to be a big, deep vocal stack on this song. There's going to be like probably 16. So I'm trying to limit it to 24 tracks, and I think 16 of those tracks are going to be vocals. Also, I can... figure out what is the shortcut to separate. Well, not whatever I just did. Oh boy. Okay. Split. T. Okay. Command T. Let's see if it works fine. Yes, you did. Okay. This is what I mean when I say I was
Losing track of plugins. Hey, Henry Higgins. Welcome, dude. I think we're going to have Henry on the show in 2021 to talk about movies. Are they back now? They should be back now. I'm aware of why and when they got lost. I did a thing. It's because I went to hit the shortcut, the Pro Tools shortcut for mute, and it doesn't work here. That's what I mean. My workflow is still short or still long. I'm still not doing a great job on that stuff because. So, what is the shortcut to mute? Shift M, not Command M. Okay. What a mess that was. Okay. Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born?
Sorry, guys. You should be able to hear me again now. I unrecorded enabled the track. I'm gonna put a few effects on the vocal. I'm gonna try their FET compressor, the Logic FET compressor built in. And do like a 2B. See what that feels like. Well, the compression is higher than I like. The need, that's okay. Where's the ratio? Okay, I don't want any distortion, I don't think. Maybe some soft distortion would be nice.
There were lights in our hands, lifted high against the storm. You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along.
I'm definitely not on mute anymore, right?
We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, sending songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you.
Again, the Logic plugin is really great. I'm so impressed with their built-in plugins.
Isaac, I believe that when the doctor brought the news, we felt that life is
Yeah,
full
this
of
is
choices.
the idea is for this to
You
feel
never
Americana.
got to choose. Nothing there to fight, there's no one to accuse. We're holding on to knowing your love shall never lose. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, sending songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you. Isaac, if you're listening, you're welcome for the name. You were only here a moment, but you.
Good. I think it was Command T. No, I was on the wrong track. Wait, over there. Okay. I want to mute the kick drum there. Let me see if this is. Shift M? No. Control M. Option M. Whoa! Not that. I am not yet comfortable with these. Alright, let's figure out when I want that to come back in.
If you're listening, only here a moment, but you were a hurricane. You came and went in moments, but I'll never be the same. Your mother's heart is broken.
Shortcuts. Okay, why are you not working? So anyone else noticing that I can't get it to split? Whoa, my phone's going crazy. Ah, a friend of ours got the news. All right. Heisty Heist. Is it time? Yes, I'm heisting with you. All right, so why won't you split where I'm telling you to split? Go you first. Go away. You split at the playhead. Come on. Split region at playhead. Not fucking listening to me. All right, fine. We'll do this the other way.
Welcome for. Welcome for the name. You were only here a moment, but you were a hurricane. You came and went in moments, but I'll never be the same. You.
I think I might have figured out what's going on there. No. It might be because I looped. It might be because I looped it. Maybe is there a version of commit track here? So this is MIDI information, but I think these are all looped notes. That's what I think's going on. So I should be able to, in theory. To figure out a way to change all this from a loop MIDI information to committed kick audio. But I don't know what it is. whatever. It's a thing I'll worry about later. I got to duck the kick track in that part of the song, and I know that. I've got it marked. Keep listening through.
Isaac, if you're listening, you're welcome for the name. You were only here a moment, but you were a hurricane. You came and went in moments, but I'll never be the same. Your mother's heart is broken, but she's so glad that you came. Oh, your mother's heart is broken, but she's so glad that you came. We sat up together, we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows. Yeah, we'll make sure that heaven knows. Oh, we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in.
Okay. I think I like most of that. All right, don't mind me thinking through things. I will put the microphone where you can hear it, though.
Isaac, did you know?
Oh. Why am I playing the wrong key still? What the hell?
Isaac, did you?
Looking for like a really simple opening lead line.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you
Ha! Distortion? Oh boy.
Isaac,
Okay, there's something interesting about that. Ooh. Another thing I do like about Logic. Sorry to hear that you're hearing two of me. Is it is really intuitive once I start unlearning the Pro Tools stuff. If I was coming in with a blank slate, this would be a lot easier.
Isaac, did you know?
Alright, so I want to try to avoid being like overly minor pentatonic right now.
Isaac, did you know? Isaac, did you know? On the day that Isaac, did you know?
Yeah, but that's nice. That's a nice lick. That's the right approach. I'm not again. I'm not going for a final right now. I'm going for a thing that gets the vibe across. Oh, there we go. That was better. Okay.
Isaac, did you
Better, but not quite.
know? On Isaac, did you know?
Okay. Ooh, what did that? Getting faster with some of the shortcuts at least.
Isaac, did you?
Why do you keep not letting me do the undo? Oh, I'm going too fast. Going too fast again. Logic's mad at me for my speed.
Isaac, did you know?
So I like that lick. What do we think of that lick, guys?
Isaac, did you?
Not playing it quite right yet, but that's a good vibe.
Isaac, did you know? On the day that you
Listening back to that.
were born. Isaac, did you know?
Ha! This compressor's got some push to it. Ah. I'll check that one out, Doc. Give me a second. Where is that? Fatten. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Fatten. There are a lot of short-term trials, Joe. A lot of places do this. You get 30 days or unlimited, but it'll go every 20 seconds, so you can't use it in a recording. Check out Sound Toys, and if you're into synth stuff, check out Hive. Okay, well that threshold is batshit crazy, but let's get the threshold to about 6 where I like it. No distortion, no output gain. Let's keep the output there high. I like the makeup. I like the ratio. Oh, no, what? The threshold was good where it was. I'm sorry. The ratio I like around between 5 and 6. But okay, and then that's good. The knee is good. Yeah, this looks great. Let's see. Listen. Let's hear. Let's give it a listen. Sound Toys is highly responsible for voice on the radio. We used the Sound Toys plugin extensively on the guitars in that.
I said, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands lifted high.
Thanks, Danny.
Against the storm. You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you. Isaac, I believe that when the doctor brought the news, we felt that life is full of choices, but you never got to choose. Nothing there to fight, there's no one to accuse. We're holding on to knowing your love shall never lose.
All right, and so the one other thing I'm going to try, and I'm not going to overwrite this. I'm just going to do a second take. We're going to listen to. We're going to try it. We're going to try it lower.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you
want to hear. I want to hear both ways. Doc, stop suggesting a pedal steel player on everything. I can't afford one. It's not going to happen. If I can't play it, it's not going on the track. So the other thing, and another thing we're going to explore right now, is we're going to see whether or not we like. We're going to see whether or not we like the guitar in two different voices at the same time. I'm going to have to mute that leads and put the click back on. My bad, guys. Fitzy, maybe. I think I'm going to like this.
I said, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands, lifted high against the storm. You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. You see, hope is just believing, and belief is what we.
Okay, I had to learn it in this key first. You get in the transposed version. All right.
I said, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands, lifted high against the storm. You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. You see, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you.
Screwed it up. Sorry, gang.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands, lifted high against the storm? You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you. Isaac, I believe that when the doctor broke the news, we felt that life is full of choices, but you never got to choose. Nothing there to fight, there's no one to accuse. We're holding on to knowing your love shall never leave. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you. Isaac, if you're listening, you're welcome for the name. You were only here a moment, but you were a king.
So that's enough for me to listen through. Sorry, gang.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands, lifted high against the storm? You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just...
So if you've got your headphones on right now, Henry, thanks for hanging out at all, dude. I appreciate it. I know it's always late for you. We'll have to pick a day in 2021 when you know you can hang late. If you got headphones on, that what I just did should be pleasant.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands,
What's up, Dane?
lifted high against the storm? You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do.
I can figure out that harmony there.
So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you. Isaac, I believe But when the doctor brought the news, we felt that life is full of choices, but you never got to choose. Nothing there to fight, and there's no one to accuse. We're holding on to knowing your love she'll never lose. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, sending songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you.
And then it's a question of whether we want to do this. Add this layer on top of the guitar.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands lifted high against the storm? You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, sending songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you.
What do you guys think? Listening to that, I'm gonna do a version. I'm gonna try that now. I'm gonna see if I like the stack of an electric of a finger picked guitar over the strummed guitar. Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Joe. I am literally talking about texturally where it makes sense. I wouldn't probably do it on the full song, and also keep in mind I won't do it on this guitar. If I do it, it'll probably be electric. So it'll to give it like a Heart of Life kind of thing. If you know John Mayer song. Sorry, gang. Okay. So audio 5 needs to be on with 3. But I'm going to give myself a sense of what it feels like rhythmically and whether it adds a James E. Taylor-y thing or whether it's overkill. Sorry, gang.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands lifted high against the storm? You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, sending songs that made us stronger through the air and down the wire. See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you.
I could borrow the Ebo from DiBaggio. I could also borrow a Strat from either Doc or DiBaggio, and probably would. All right, but I'm getting a sense for the texture. Right Sorry, now. Gang. All that stuff in the beginning is always so funny for me. Oh, I like it a lot immediately.
Isaac, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands lifted high against the storm? You were slow to get here, and your mother, she was strong. So we sang away the darkness until Isaac came along. We stayed up together and we made ourselves a choir, singing songs that made us
Gotta be over
stronger
the chorus,
through
though.
the air and down the
Emo
wire.
over the chorus.
See, hope is just believing, and belief is what we do. So we'll make sure that heaven knows that we believe in you.
Sorry, gang.
I said, did you know on the day that you were born?
No, that's me, dude. Nobody but me has recorded the note on this. I said that live on the show like 2 seconds ago. You heard me say it in the real world too. It's on the guitar rhythm track 2. I think it's on this track. Sorry, gang. But I could be wrong. Sorry, gang. All right. I'm looking for just a Stratty sound to put on this, just to give myself a sense of what it might be like.
I said, did you know on the day that you were born, there were lights in our hands, lifted high against the storm. You were slow to get.
I'm sorry, Dane. Oh, that must make you want to burn it all down. I didn't mean to win 30K right after you lost. Your 5K. I mean, Doc lost 10K, but he still has 1.03 million, yeah. All right. I think I will do... Doc, I probably will borrow your strat if you're willing, dude. I think I would like to try the stratty thing on this. And if you can get your hands on an Ebo, that's one less thing I got to figure out how to get my hands on. But I'll try an Ebo-y thing. Just like doing like dyads for layers and layers and layers. I don't know. Who knows? Whoa, my viewer count can't look that big on your screen, right? It's supposed to be in the far corner over here. What the hell's happening to you, viewer count? What you doing to me? That's like 0 chill. You're supposed to be up over there like that. What are you doing to me? Sorry about that, y'all. I didn't realize it was blocking my freaking view the whole time. Okay, or my logo. All right, so I'm probably gonna put this away for a little while. I've been recording all day, guys, all day. I've been in here for like 9 hours. I think I'm gonna put that away for now. It switched when I pulled something else up. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, this Thursday, I'm gonna do the 50 show I had planned for next for next week. So, you know, pick your favorite doo-wop or rockabilly artists and talk to me about it. You know. I'm calling that talk about the cry cut. Oh, I was supposed to talk about the cry cut. Oh yeah, I've decided I want to get my hands on a cry cut, which is like a printer cutter machine that can help make a bunch of different crafts. Because I have all these ideas for things to put in the bright boxes that would make it that would be made a lot easier with the presence of a cry cut in my life, and plus Mel wants to play. Now that I've told Mel what it is, she's going to want to play with it too, I'm sure. And so we're fundraising a decent cry cut and some accessories for it, and I'm pushing the 115 that we've already raised. Is it pronounced cricket? I always say cry cut. Whatevs. Anyway, it's basically an arts and crafts printer that does specialty shit, and I want to do the specialty shit that it can do for the bright boxes and for merch. And if you guys get me to the fundraising goal on the cricket, cry cut, whatever. It looks like cry cut to me. Anyway, if you get me to that goal, I'll do something for every Twitch subscriber as well. I'll do a little piece for every Twitch subscriber and mail it to you. And so we're trying to raise $500 to do all those bits and bobs and stuff like that. Thank you, Veronica, who just immediately dropped $10 into Venmo. My phone's blowing up because somebody's talking about Potato Von Kelly. Oh, this whole time I've been... Apparently I've been on private mode on Facebook this whole time. Sorry, gang. Should have made that public. Oopsie. Okay. Joe, I want to know about that. I'm gonna look at alternatives before I buy. But basically, I want to be able to make small batch custom stickers and patches and little things like that at home. And I was and I still slightly remain torn between doing a craft printer or like Lino block printing kit to do hand rolled prints, one-off like prints, but that requires some space, and I don't really have any of that anymore, and I don't want to start taking over Mel's craft table. But you know, if we hit the whole $500 goal, I probably would end up getting both of those things if I could get a good deal on them, because you can get a craft printer for slightly less. I don't know. It's a whole thing to think about. And I'm going to be thinking about it all. I'll do my best. And hopefully, hopefully you guys can all direct me to cool shit that I can do. I know there's a lot of crafty types. And I actually do know a lot about the basics of the stuff that I'm talking about getting involved in. I've worked with a lot of the stuff in question in the past, and I'm not going to be going in completely blind, but we'll happily talk about alternatives. I'm aware that I'm saying Cricut the way that I say Xerox. It doesn't mean I'm going to buy that brand. But I am a little more at ease creating in a digital medium than I am in creating with like carving tools, which is what lino block printing. I know it's linoleum block printing, but I say lino because whatever. That requires, carving, whittling. I have concerns about whether or not I'd be able to do that to the level that I would be comfortable with selling for. Whereas if I'm doing it digitally and then creating short, small batch prints and then customizing them by hand, that's something I'm more comfortable and confident with. So that's a way for you guys to get freebies out of me, is to help raise the money for that, and then anyone who is part of that fundraiser, I'll mail you a little something I create with it. you know, a bits and bobs and stickery kind of thing. And then you Brightbox subscribers, you will get stuff created with that every month, essentially. So, bribery. There we go. Sorry. I've been having issues getting that to sit where I want it to get. All right, guys. Well, I've had a great time. Hopefully you've had a great time. I have the guitar out, so let's do a song and say goodnight. What do we want to hear? Sneak peek of the 50s show? Do a 50s song? Here, you guys will actually get to watch me pull up the chords to one in live and in person. No, that's not fair. That won't be any fun. Let me turn off the screen share so you can't. Haha! Let me think about... So my first job, this is true story, my first job was at Nifty 50s, which is a 50s themed diner chain in this area. There's like 2 or 3 of them. And it was my first job was as a busboy at a Nifty 50s diner. And Maya he, Maya who, Maya haha. And I loved doo-wop. I love doo-wop music and early rockabilly and all that stuff. I love that stuff so much. And so to do them would be really, really fun. And so let me see. Yeah, let's try this one. Loved their egg creams. No, I worked at the original in South Philadelphia, Jen, not the one in Bensalem. But oddly enough, I was born in Bensalem. All right, here's a song I loved as a kid. Let's see if I can remember how to play it. Life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one you love. Oh, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Shaboom, shaboom, you. Yeah, da 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 da. Shaboom, yeah, da 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 da. Life could be a dream if only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you. Oh, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Now every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, oh baby, we'd be so fine. Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello again, shaboom, shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Shaboom, yeah da 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 da. Oh, shaboom, shaboom, yeah da 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 da. Oh, shaboom. Sneak peek, guys. Tell all your friends, tune in. We're doing all 50s all the time next week, and that means that you can, by the way, request non-50s songs as much as you want to. Request anything that you guys are interested in, and I'll pick and choose from the collective and assemble. And there's already a lot of it already set, but there's still room. That I will assemble a set list, and that does mean that I'm willing to play songs that aren't 50 songs in a 50 style. You know what I mean? Like because it's not that hard to go. Like 50s blues and rockabilly is a really easy style to get into. So you know, there's nothing that says we wouldn't be able to do. I said I would bring you the day, tied up in ribbons so it can't fly away, or whatever, you know. There's nothing that says we can't take my originals and 50s them up. I'm very comfortable in that style of music because I grew up listening to it and I worked around it for a couple of years growing up. And I have a huge library of 50 songs in my heads, you know, ranging from the Delphonics and the Dells and the Platters and the Crew Cuts and Dion and the Dell Vikings and the Five Satins and even outside of doo-wop, you know, Buddy Holly and the Everly Brothers and early Elvis and Bobby Darin and stuff like that all comes up as well. Yeah, okay. So, Doc, talk to me about that. I've never done a raid before, but if you want us to hey, Johnny Cash can go on the list too, as long as it's one of his 50 songs. And Doc, talk to me about, you said you were talking about trying to do a raid, Dion and the Belmonts. Dion and the Belmonts is the only acceptable answer from the 50s, because when he went solo, it was in the 60s. But Doc, you were asking about a raid, and I'm willing to try to, I'm not going to be able to stick around because I got to go eat dinner, but I'm willing to at least like pop the raid over there to lead. I think I have to lead a raid. But I don't know how to do it, but I can try to figure it out. Let's see. I think I do that from my creator dashboard. Yes, okay, so I have to lead the raid. Do you have the... Here we go. I'm going to screen share so you guys can watch the process. I'll bring it back up. I got to find the channel. What's the name of the channel? Bright Dines He Does Not Sup. Oh, it doesn't start till 10 p.m.? I can't rate a thing that late. I won't be around at 10 p.m. Sorry, bud. That does change things. Yeah, I'm not gonna be here in 2 hours. Kate might know. No, I figured out how to do the raid. I know how to do it. All I would need is the channel name. So like if Kate was live right now and I could do that and raid her, but she's not live. If anybody I knew was live, they'd show up here if I follow them, and if not, I could type their channel in and raid them that way. So, you know, I know how to do it now. So we're going to raid Kate on next Tuesday when she does her generic holiday show. We're going to raid that together. We're going to come in here Tuesday afternoon and shoot the breeze for a little bit, and then we're going to go raid Kate. And then, yeah, come see me on Thursday. Kate's on tomorrow, too. I don't remember offhand what the theme is, but check that out. I'm going to try to stop in as well. Just... As you guys heard today, I have a lot of recording projects to catch up on and some life changes to figure out. But thank you so much for hanging out tonight, and I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed watching Isaac and the Lamplighters take place and listening to some of the weird crap I get paid to do on Fiverr. Slumber parties, I love slumber parties. We threw one last year, a real one. We actually had people come over and threw a pajama party, and at the end of it, we had like 20 people over, but like 5 people stayed, and it was great. I have a dragon onesie that if I can stop in to see Kate tomorrow, I'll put it on, just so that I'm there and feeling it in spirit. But I don't wear it much in this apartment because it's always hot in here. But anyway. Thank you guys so much for always hanging out with me. My big goal right now, outside, like, don't worry about the donations. Don't worry about almost anything. My main priority right now is I need to grow my Patreon. I need people to get invested in Sadie and invested in Dystopia University and invested in my solo music and enough to go join my Patreon. It's a really good value. Those of you who are on, you know there is a lot of content, and and I always post more, and it's a good Patreon to be a part of. That's my 1,000%, that's my top priority, is to grow Patreon, because that is not to like guilt anyone into really helping me, but Patreon is the simplest path forward I see for being able to support ourselves and allow me to stay at home to do potato stuff. And that's a thing I really want to do. I'm staring down the barrel of needing to go get a full-time gig to hold my head above water, because the pandemic emergency fund is empty. I have none of that coming in anymore. And so I'm trying. I have to try to earn more than I've been earning. And right now, Patreon's bringing in almost $300 a month, which is incredible. But realistically, to stay at home, I would need to get that to like $1,000 or $1,500 a month, plus what I have coming in from other sources to be able to do that. So, tell everybody about Sadie. Anything you have from Patreon, you guys are welcome to share with your friends. You can post them in Discord. You can talk about them in other people's channels. Whatever you want to do, you can go forth. You have my blessing to go forth and share any of that with anyone and show them as a way of encouraging them to come and catch the new stuff that's going to be coming out. Because there's always new Sadies being drawn, there's always new Dystopia University chapters, and Whenever Men chapters being published. There's always some short stories getting ready, there's always the poem of the week, there's always a new acoustic demo or a new cover of a song or something like that coming out. And I'm setting milestones, so when we hit $500 a month on Patreon, I'm going to put out a little cover record, just to do it. And when we hit 1,000 a month on Patreon, I will think of something bigger to do. I'm not thinking that far ahead. But that's where I'm at. So please, if you know ways I can grow my Patreon, if you know more about it than me, if you've seen other artists grow their Patreon in successful ways, I think I have a great product. I think maybe I'm not marketing it as well as I need to. I think maybe I'm not putting it out in the right places. I'm not doing what I need to do to draw attention to the product. I think I've created a good product and a good service, but I need to get that in front of other people. So please advise me, my compatriots. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm Bright. It has been a shiny evening. Thank you for hanging with me. And I will catch y'all on the Flippity Flip on Thursday for a nifty 50s night. And hopefully we will all have a really good time with that. Thank you. Again, God, I say thank you a lot on this show, too much. But thank you for hanging out and for being a part of everything. And I will see you next time.